Hi, friends. Good to see you back this week. This week in our study, we talked about how we rejoice in our sufferings so that we can persevere, so that our character grows, and then we have hope, right? That's the goal. So we've talked a lot about the what and the why of perseverance. And today I kind of want to talk about how. How do we persevere and what does it look like? About 2 years ago, I got introduced to a new place in Nashville, which is saying a lot because I've been here for 8 years and I tend to go to all the places, right? Because I love this town. But I got introduced to this new place in Nashville called Radnor Lake, and I loved it immediately. It's this beautiful lake and natural park just outside of town, like literally 10 minutes outside of town is this lake with trails and a deer and turkey. Live turkey. You can just see live turkey when you're walking by. It's awesome. It is so beautiful. I started going there kind of on a regular basis, maybe once a week, twice a week, and just walking, sometimes jogging in the places you're allowed to jog because you cannot jog on the trails. And I started to see that the longer I went there, the stronger I became. I know that sounds ridiculous and like totally obvious, but I started to notice that the longer I went, the more that the easy trail became too easy. And then the medium trail, I started finishing it too quickly and going like, well, I didn't even get to work out long enough. So then I started combining some of the trails. It was actually kind of weird for my brain. This idea of like, oh, when you keep doing something, you get stronger. That is bizarre. But that is what perseverance is, right? That's why we have to persevere. That's what we studied last week, is this idea that from Romans that and when we rejoice in our sufferings, it builds perseverance in us. And when we persevere, that builds our character and that brings us hope. And a lot of times God, I think it's because I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, God uses like what's going on in my like real life to show me what happens in the spiritual. And I saw that a lot with Radnor, that I saw that the more I persevered, the stronger I got, and the more I believed I could do it again, right? That's what I kept understanding. And then I go, oh, that is true in my walk with God too. That the more I work through what I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing, the more I believe him, the stronger those muscles get. The stronger those muscles get on my body and in my soul, right? Does that make sense? I want us to look at a scripture real quick. It's Hebrews 12, 1 and 2. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith. Right? That's it. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus. This scripture is like so thick with amazing things we could talk about. Like the idea that we're surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, that we should throw off what hinders us and the sin that entangles us so that we can run this race God has for us. I think that's really neat to think about, that there is an individual race that I'm meant to run. There's an individual race that you're meant to run, that we have to persevere. And the way we persevere is by fixing our eyes on Jesus. I grew up in church, like probably a lot of you, and I've heard that sentence a lot. Let's fix our eyes on Jesus. Let's fix our eyes on Jesus. When things get hard, fix your eyes on Jesus. And I think I always pictured like when things felt hard, I was supposed to like look 45 degrees up, right? Or I was supposed to close my eyes and squinch really hard and picture Jesus. Picture Jesus. It'll feel better if you just picture Jesus. And I actually don't think that's what it means at all to fix your eyes on Jesus. What I've seen in my life, if I'm thinking about someone that I love, everywhere I look, I see something that reminds me of them, right? Like when I'm sometimes shopping for new clothes and I see a shirt and I think, oh my gosh, that would look so cute on Kelly, or a new pair of earrings that I'm sure that April would love. When I'm out shopping, I see things and it reminds me of my friends. For me, that's what it's looked like in my life. To fix my eyes on Jesus when I'm trying to persevere means that I look around my life at these little moments, right? I'm looking for lovely around my life at these little moments, and I go, that looks like Jesus. I can do this today because that reminds me of Jesus. When I look in the scripture, I hear Jesus talking to me. When I see a sunrise, Jesus reminds me that today is brand new and we get to do this again, right? There's all sorts of places in my life where if I will try to fix my eyes on Jesus, he shows up all the time. And I think that's how we persevere. We persevere because we want to be stronger. We want our character to be stronger, and we want to be full of hope. And that's why we persevere. And how we persevere is looking for Jesus all over the place. Because when you remember that he's always with you, it just makes everything a little bit easier. And for me, it makes me stronger. And that's what I want for you too.